In this video, I'm going to be reacting and responding to the NBA awards that just came out. More about that in this video. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kenneth Glenn, and today I'm going to be just giving you my thoughts on the NBA voting. So I just saw this today that it came out. I guess it came out a few days ago. So sorry about being late to that. I'm just going to go through the awards and give you my thoughts on what I think about these. And I'm also going to tell you whether or not I would have given the award to someone else or not. So the first one we have is Nikola Jokic getting the MVP award, which is pretty obvious. I'm pretty sure my unborn child could have figured that one out. This is probably the most obvious, if not second most obvious, award on the list. Pretty much everybody knew Nikola Jokic was going to get this. He should have gotten it last year as well. But, you know, since this is all voting, that doesn't always happen, because sometimes when people vote, it doesn't always turn out the best. Then number 2, the second one we got here, Wembanyama is the Rookie of the Year. This is probably the second most obvious, if not the most obvious on the list. Wembanyama killed it this year. He had one of the best seasons in NBA history, as a rookie at least. His rookie year was awesome. Not a great record for his team, but like individually, very good season that he had. Conley claims Teammate of the Year award. So I'm not sure. I don't know how you really judge this, because to my understanding, when I was reading about what this award was, because the NBA keeps adding new awards like every year. I swear the NBA every year comes up with something new. Like, the NBA will come up with something stupid next year, like the most hydrated player of the year award. And it's like, every year the NBA comes up with something weird. Like this. So to my understanding, this award is for players who, they're the best teammate on and off the court. I feel like it's kind of hard to vote on this, because it's Teammate of the Year. You're not going to vote someone else as Teammate of the Year, because you don't know how they are on and off the court. So I kind of feel like it's weird to have this be an award. I don't know. I think that is a weird award, or at least that's a weird stipulation for an award. Now, if they had like a Selfless Player of the Year award, fine, that's great. But this, I feel like it's weird. It's a weird concept, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, whatever. Congratulations to him for getting it. But, like I said, I'm not really following it, to be honest with you. I don't get it. Alright, now, moving on to Coach of the Year. It's the OKC Thunder's coach. And, yeah, this is a good pick. I feel like that's probably one of the best picks on here, in my opinion. The OKC's been killing it, because like when the NBA season first started during the preseason, I'm a Spurs fan, so the Spurs were the Bulls of my childhood. They were the dynasty that was winning like 5 or 6 championships. But anyway, I digress. During the preseason game, the first preseason game of the year, when Wembanyama came into the league, they were going against OKC Thunder, and I don't know where I saw it, but I saw something that the odds of OKC even making the playoffs was like a low percentage. I don't know if it was whether or not it was the playoffs or the finals, but they were not really looking like they were going to be a great team. And then they killed it this year. They did really well. So yeah, I completely give all props. I don't have any problem with that pick at all, actually. Sixth Man of the Year goes to Naz Reid. This is where we start running into problems. I don't think Naz actually should have gotten the sixth man of the year. I think Malik Monk should have gotten it for sure. Because Malik averaged more points, more assists. Obviously, Reed got more rebounds than Monk, but Monk's also 5 inches shorter and plays a completely different position. So I feel like Malik should have gotten it, or someone else at least. I don't think Naz was the best pick for this award. But that's just me personally. Because the problem with the NBA's awards is it's all voted on, which is a problem. I feel like it should always rely on stats. Okay, who had the best numbers overall? Who had the best numbers? Who did what? What did the numbers show? Who had the better stat line? Plus, minus, whatever. That should be what it's relied on, not voting. Imagine if, when the Nuggets and the Heat played in the finals last year, right? Imagine if, after Nikola Jokic won the game, and the Nuggets won the Game 5, I'm pretty sure it was. Imagine if the NBA was like, all right, now the fans get to vote. The fans get to vote who they think won the finals. That's how I view this. Because it's not reliant on what the numbers say. Similar to how it would be, how the championship wouldn't even be decided by what the numbers say if we voted on the champion. Let's just continue on now. So this is probably the funniest award I've ever seen in my life. This is, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Karl Anthony Towns is named the NBA Social Justice Champion Award. He's given the Social Justice Champion Award. What could this possibly mean? I've never even heard of this before. Karl Anthony Towns received the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Trophy for his work and dedication to pursuing social justice. Get ready to find out what the social justice was, because this is hilarious. Karl Anthony Towns, the center for the Minnesota Timberwolves, won NBA's top social justice award for his effort in helping Minnesota restore voting rights for formerly incarcerated felons. That is probably the most racist thing I've ever seen. They're trying to fight against social justice, right? And then they give him the award for helping criminals vote. Does anyone else see what's wrong with this? Or is it just me? Am I the only one smart enough to see what's wrong with this? If you don't see what's wrong with this, a lot of times when you bring up, let's just say, you bring up the 1994 crime bill. You say, hey, the 1994 crime bill is terrible for the black community. It destroyed the black community. It defunded schools in the black communities, built prisons and whatever. And then someone would go, if you think a crime bill affects a race, that means you're racist. Because you're insinuating a crime bill with a race of people. But somehow this is social justice. My goodness. That is terrible. It's not terrible what he did. I mean, I don't think everyone should be able to vote, to be honest with you. I don't think that's the case. However, I don't think felons should be exempt from voting. I don't think they should not be allowed to vote because they're felons. I've always been pro voter suppression, but that's not the voter suppression I'm a fan of. But this is the way he wins the award is just ridiculous. That is just probably the funniest thing. So we're going to run through the rest of these real quick because a lot of these are kind of lame. Most Improved Player of the Year, Tyrese Maxey. That's a fair pick. I agree with it. He had pretty good averages. That's star level averages. So good for him. He averaged 25 points, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Pretty good averages. Curry is named the most clutch player of the year. Yeah, that's a pretty obvious one too. That's a pretty good pick right there. He scored the most 3-pointers in the clutch. Yeah, Curry definitely deserved that award for sure. Celtics Brad Stevens, is named Executive of the Year. Sure. I don't know. I don't really know enough to make a judgment about this. It sounds like it's a good pick because I'm pretty sure he drafted like 2 players. Like he drafted the Kristaps Porzingis guy and the Drew Holiday guy in the offseason, I'm pretty sure. So, makes sense why he would get that award. The NBA Hustle Award goes to Alex Caruso. I don't know enough about these awards specifically. I'm what you would usually call a casual NBA fan. I don't actually really care about basketball, to be honest with you. I just like 80s basketball. But I still pay attention because it's an interesting sport. I just don't know a lot about this. It's probably a good pick, though. I'm not going to trash on it at all. This is what I'm going to trash on, though. Rudy Gobert is named Defensive Player of the Year. This is what makes me mad. Because Victor Wembanyama should have been Player of the Year. This is why I think we should get rid of voting, and it should go on stats only. Wembanyama outperformed Rudy Gobert in almost every metric that is known to man. Somehow, Rudy Gobert still gets the award, though. And I don't get it at all. I don't get this at all. This is weird to me. Very weird. And this is why I think voting for the players are stupid. This is why MVP and awards should go strictly based on stats. Because if you go on stats, the stats don't lie. The stats will show the story behind it. It'll show the whole story. Okay? This guy did this, and this. Boom, that's why he got it. So I feel like that's why stats should do it. Another reason why I think it should be stats and not voting is voting's opinionated, and opinions can be wrong. If I take a room of people and I go, hey, are you all in agreement that 2 + 2 = 4? I can have 200 people in that room, and 200 people are going to agree that 2 + 2 is 4.
There is no such thing as an objective reality, so 4 might not be the right number. 2 + 2 might actually equal 5.
Actually, I'm not very confident about that. Alright, that's it for my video, guys. I hope you liked the video. Give me your thoughts down below. Leave me a comment, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys later. And I'm just going to let you know, there is going to be an NBA Mount Rushmore this month because of the finals coming up. So if you're interested to see that, stay tuned on the channel. Maybe subscribe, hit the notification so you can see my Mount Rushmore of the NBA players. That's it for me. I'll see you guys later. Peace.